freaky stuff, man. Like the haircut. I want to give many thanks and many blessings out to everybody. I appreciate the help. And I just was given a gift of many things, especially the healing I just received. It's funny when at times you get that pride. You're so used to the royalty, you know. But then there's that American thing, you know. Too proud to ask for help. You look at me, I bet, and you barely even notice the reality of what happens to high vibers at times. It's the older we are and the things go through. Some of the things that the magicals take for granted. There are certain groups that know what I'm referring to, and I like talking about the light workers because they're a section of the Earth's culture that we don't really speak of in mythology. The light beings, the energy source ones, and sometimes we make fun of them, the purists. I know I have. They have many connotations. You can think of many different things in many different ways. And I fully admit, I apologize. I have made fun of a few vegans in my time. But oddly enough, their ways have saved my life. I had to stop making fun of certain people, and I had karma to make up for because I honestly was an ass. Because as a vessel, yes, I am an automaton human being. That means I am free-willed, but I am also more than that. Much more than that. Especially if you take my dreams as reality, like many have. But one thing that I know I have been told many times that has been lacking from all my dreams was that piece of heaven and a piece of love. Knowing what that love was. What exactly was stopping me? During this healing, I was reminded of what temple my mind was in at that time. What if I really am pulling things out of dreams into reality, like many doctors have actually said? So. So what? You know, I keep going like this because there's this weird spot here, you know? Things itch. I have horrible memories. Metal detectors kind of beep on my side of my head. Yeah, you know? Metal detectors beep. When you have metal on your body. There was this thing in my heart. I felt like there was something right there. I needed to reach in and grab it. It's been driving me insane for the longest time. I still feel it. Like a chunk, a wedge of something, crystal, stone, something was right here. Big weight on top of my chest. So I'm taking it through the books, and I'm trying to recall which person had something on them. At one point, I said I was Jeremiah. That's what JC stands for in the name. He had something launched at him. It was like a dud grenade, but it hit him like a brick. He flew back, and it went into a small outbuilding inside of somewhere, and it fell on top of him. At some point, also, he had a table fall, a chunk of the ceiling, I believe, is what fell on a part of the table. I'm not really quite sure when a bomb hit. Sarah had things happen to her fall on her, chest-wise. Quite a few others had something like that happen. Now, if I was the only character, and I had to think, well, you know, people were also stabbed with chunks of stuff. If I was also the bad guy in my dreams, which I probably was. If I was my own worst enemy. Some have even accused me of being suicidal and wanting and bringing those kind of things, those people to me, and they've got a really good point. As a warrior, it makes me wonder, was I really, you know, like Archangel Michael and all the different warriors throughout time? Is that really what was going to stop this warrior? Was building to fall on top of me? Because there were some where churches fell on top. I mean, there's been all kinds of things collapsing on top of. It makes me wonder, why is that in my dreams, too? How does this apply into reality? But then again, I'm looking backwards. I've been working on a new therapy, too, of, if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always apply. Of course not. I actually stopped speaking for quite a few years way back. Part of that. My children experienced a good portion of their childhood with their mother totally silent. And that's the part I'm speaking of now. God was ashamed of the mother part, the female. Men beat so bad. The vast majority of all my abusers have always been a man. And no offense, a lot of these people voted for Trump. So yeah, I'm sorry, there's a part of me that was very angry about that. No, that's not Trump's fault. What he was doing was exposing the reality, and that's why I'm speaking right now. Because in order for us to heal, I realize that in order for me to heal, it's the same thing as what you all need to heal. We don't need a ton of bricks to hit us in the fucking head and fall on top of us for us to have that fucking we shouldn't have to have it. And we have to have it. Look at the world. Look at the mess we created. Someone like Trump had to come by and create this type of open mess, with this level of insanity, for everyone to stop and say, do we really treat women this way? I didn't realize the level of people, the level of women that have abused. How is Mother ever going to heal? How is the planet and the Mother Source ever going to heal if we can't respect the goddess in each woman? The real reason why we love each other. The feminine side. There's just something sweet and adorable. We just can't help ourselves with somebody. I'm missing that. I was never taught that. I was never raised that way. I was raised to be warrior-minded. Always for the grit. Always for the gold. That is a type of royal, spoiled, rotten brat people that I'm related to. And I'm saying this to my family because we all need to know. I act and I can be pointed out of a crowd as I, even if I'm in the poorest of clothes. Many poor people have said and make fun of me. You are so not poor. You don't act it. I used to take that as an insult. But there was a point in time where that was actually considered a compliment. So, to all my haters, thank you for teaching me a lesson. Lots of lessons, really big ones. Funny how that works, right? What's so wrong with wanting some finer things in life? Granted, we all know the problems there. And that's where, if you can't say anything nice, wish I'm stopping everyone on that one in your thought train. No. You hate the Matrix peoples. You hate the grid peoples. There's a point in time where the Metropolitans, who are those type of people. People who take care of the grids and need the grids and use the grids and control the money and have the money. Well, usually there was a point in time where the only people that hated other people that had money were the people that wanted that other people's money. If you didn't want that money, you didn't give a shit about them, and you didn't hate them for that reason. And most of the time, you probably didn't hate them at all. What do I care? So the person's got a bunch of money. All I care about is how I'm treated. And for the fact that people have come out and said that people like, handicapped people need to die, there's a level of sickness there that is not going to be tolerated. I'm not going to have a bunch of mentally deficient people running around terrified that they're going to be murdered because some goddamn scumbag can't stop saying online or in person. Why don't you just... No. The fact that I need glasses, and I like women too as a female, comes to mind. I'm not feeling guilty anymore. I'm not breaking some moral code. Like the people who use the Bible to thump into my head. And people make fun of those people that come to the doors. And granted, their ways are outlandish and they're, tend to be cults, and some call them cheese stealers. So your energy kind of vampire kind of person. But they're spreading love from door to door. I mean, this online registry, I get a kick of it now. If Donald Trump starts to make Muslims register, a bunch of non-Muslims are now spouting out that they're going to register as Muslim too, whether they're Muslim or not, just to stand up for something that's called right. What is right versus wrong? And we're supposed to be learning from the histories so we can move on. The whole point of recalling your past was so that we didn't repeat it in the future. And that is what God wanted us to do through Angel's books. To recall, even if it was just me. Few people, though, however, oddly enough, recalling too. Forget what my name is. Michelle. As in river, bringer of. Lynn, waterfall. Nado. No water. Michelle Lynn Carter, native. Nado. Michelle Lynn Carter, Nado. Carter. Carrier. Bringer of. Two bringer ofs. Michelle is a source. Archangel Michael. Yeah, we're nuts. So what? When people tell me, they ask me, what it is that I actually worship, my religions, and then it boils down to, and I tell them every single time, if it's not universal life, it's usually the basic core is angelic. I've always been fascinated by the angel theory. People there to help. How often do we stop and thank those people that have helped us learn a lesson or something, or healed us or taught us something? Even our haters. So,
Does the size of a guy like make you go, "Ooh, that's
Thank you.
cool," or
Namaste.
think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. You can't be tiny.
Or I heard something where girls would rather be
Admiral Angel.